Hiya, Adam Payne here, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can turn a private label rights article into a video. Now there are many reasons that you might want to do this. Having a video that you can then embed on your website is going to keep people on there for longer. It's going to give a better experience. Plus you can also take that video, you can upload it to YouTube, you can get a bunch of traffic that way. Or maybe you want to create a square video and put it on Facebook or Twitter, or a vertical video and put it on TikTok, Instagram or Pinterest. There's tons of benefits when it comes to videos. Now the trouble is, when most people buy a private label rights package, they don't get videos. They'll generally get articles, maybe some infographics or some images, maybe an ebook, and all that stuff is really cool. But you have to create the videos yourself. Now here at Video Content PLR, we provide high definition done for you videos, and we also provide the audios and the scripts should you want to create these yourself. So what I'm going to share with you in this video is how to do it just from an article, and it'll also give you an insight into how we create our videos as well. So I'm over here at our PLR site and we've got a bunch of different themes. So what we can do is we can just choose one. Let's choose this intermittent fasting pack. So I'm going to click on access. Now as a user, you can download everything here, which would include audios, scripts, ebooks, everything, or we'll just download the article. So I'm going to click on this and then I'm going to open up this zip file. And then we'll just choose a random article here. So let's choose this one, intermittent fasting and the keto diet. So we'll click on this and this is going to bring up an article. So we'll wait for this to load up. Let's just kind of drag this across and spread it out a little bit. Okay, so this isn't designed to be a video script. This is a written article that you can put it on your website and you can rephrase, reword, edit, etc. What we're going to do is we're going to copy this article. Now it's quite long. We're going to copy this article. See, it's 1,531 words. It's a really good quality article. Then we're going to come over to this tool. Now this is called Quillbot. This is something that I really like. Now it's not designed to make video scripts, but what we can do is we can put the article in here. Now what I'm going to also do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to pause the video and I remove all of these references. So let me just pause the video one sec. In fact, to make it quicker, I've just deleted a bunch of the content, so we've got this small set here. Now we can paraphrase this in one click. If you have the free version of Quillbot, you only have the fluency option, which just changes certain synonyms, and you can see how quickly it rewrites it. If you've got the premium version, which I recommend, I'll leave a link below, then you can use all of these options. Now what we can do is we can take this and we can add to it, because this still isn't a video script per se. We've got the video title here, then we've got the main bit, and then I'm just going to put at the end, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Something that would make sense for a YouTube video. Subscribe to our channel. And then I might just put welcome to the video today. Something that's just a little intro for a video. Now what we'd need to do is we would need to then turn this into an audio file. Now there are lots of services out there that will provide something that's very robotic, lots of text-to-speech softwares, and I'm going to be perfectly honest, they're all terrible. Some are better than others, but even the ones that are better ones are still not very good. And just, if you're going to make a video, put the effort in to actually use a real voice. Now you can pay somebody to read this out, but it can cost a lot to get a professional voiceover. So you can use a free software called Audacity. Audacity is something that you can download. It works on all devices, Mac, Windows, doesn't matter. And then what I would do is I would press record and then I would just read this aloud, and when it's finished I would press stop. And then I can export that as an MP3 or WAV file. So I'm going to pause this video and then I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to record myself doing it and then we'll be back in a second. So I've gone ahead and read out this mini script. I've recorded the audio and it's now on my computer. Now before we actually create the video, you obviously do want to put a little bit more effort into turning this into a more natural script. So maybe having an intro that made more sense and having an outro that flowed better. But this is just to demonstrate the process. Now, in order to make the video, I like to use this software here, which is called wave.video. Wave.video, to my mind, is the best of these kind of video creators. I've tried InVideo, I've tried Pictory, I've tried FlexClip, and pretty much everything. And in my mind, this is by far the best choice. Now, we're going to hover over Create, and we're going to click on Text. And in here, you're going to paste our text. So let's come back over here. We're going to copy this from Quillbot, come back over, and we're going to paste this in. And we want to choose free stock assets. We don't want to pay. Now, what we want to do is find the end and start of sentences and just make sure that there are gaps in here. So we just got to go through and hit enter on our keyboard. Obviously, if you've got a longer script, this might take you a couple of minutes, but it's definitely something that you want to do so that when Wave actually creates the scenes, it splits it up more naturally. Once we've done that, we can hit next and we'll choose our template. Now, we're making this for YouTube in this case, so we'll choose horizontal. If we were going to make this for Twitter or Facebook, we might choose square. Story obviously is for Instagram. Vertical videos would be good for Pinterest and also Instagram as well, and TikTok. But let's go with horizontal. I prefer this template myself, so I'm going to click on this one and hit create video. And now we need to wait for the Wave editor to open. If you've got a very long script and you've got a poor internet connection and a bunch of apps open, it might take a little bit longer than normal. But again, we've just got to wait for a few seconds and hopefully this won't take too long. And we can see it starting to fade out, which means it's there. Now I'm going to show you my best practices, but obviously you want to just play around with this and create something that you like. So first and foremost, I want to get rid of the default audio here. So I click on this audio here, which is just some background music, and I click the trash can. Then I'm going to click plus, uploads, and I'm going to drag my audio that I recorded, and that's just going to upload in here. We have to wait, 5, 10, 15 seconds for that to upload. Once this is uploaded, we can then add it to our video. So let's just wait a sec. And so it's appeared here. Now we click on add, and then we're just going to drag it across here so it's at the start. Now these are transitions. If we click here, these are the transitions between the different slides. Now it can be tempting to make your video really flash and have all these transitions, but to my mind, they look a bit cheesy, and if you've got too many things going on, it distracts from the message. So I'm going to click on none and then apply this to the whole video so it gets rid of all of them between the scenes. Now, if we click back on the first scene and then we click inside of the text, this is where we change the actual text. Personally, I like the Arial fonts. I like size 120. I want everything to be centered. And then I also, if we scroll down, don't want any text, effects. So again, I want to choose none. And then I want the classic box. Click on that. And then we apply it to all text. So every single scene has exactly the same text and there's congruency. Then for each slide, I'm going to drag this into the center. Now, some people like it in the middle. I like it at the bottom, and then I stretch this out so that it kind of looks a little bit like that. So there's no kind of gaps either side. And to me, this is fine. Now, if I want to change the image, I'll show you in a second. We'll just come back over to the next one, and then I'll drag and drop that. I'll make it like that. I'll come through. And what I'll do is I'll come through and do this for every slide first of all before I worry about the images. Now, as we can see here, you've probably heard of the keto diet and intermittent fasting if you're, and then wanting to shed weight and improve your health. So I am going to copy these two words, copy, then delete them, come here, paste them here. So click on that, space, then I'm going to click outside and drag this into the center and make this look okay, and then you can see this word's gone off, so I'll try and click in the middle, enter, try to make it centered, and then I'll kind of do the same there. So I'm going to go through every single slide and do that. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so I'm in the middle of doing it. I wanted to show you this. Now this particular scene, there's a lot of text, so it makes it into 3 lines. Now there's nothing wrong with that, but personally, I don't want to go above 2 lines because it covers too much of the screen. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that this green bit here is clicked and highlighted, and then just drag it across here so there's an empty space. And then I'll decide where I want to split the text. So this low carb, high fat diet has been demonstrated to aid in rapid and successful weight loss. Has been demonstrated. So I'm just going to copy this, copy, delete, and then I'm going to hover over this gap, hit the plus button and add text. Then I'm just going to drag this down and paste it in there. I want to make sure that it's black, and let's just bring this up. Oops. Now this is actually too big, so I want to make this at the bottom and make sure that's 120. I'm not quite sure why that went to 160. So again, if you have too much text, that's how you can split it up and add an extra bit. So again, let me just pause the video. Okay, so now we've got all of the text scenes done. We need to make sure that the images are done. Now, this particular template has things in little circles. So if you find a graphic that you like, what you can do is you can click on this and just copy it on your computer. So just hit Command Copy on a Mac. Then I'm just going to trash it, click somewhere in this grey box and hit Paste, and it's in here. So then we actually have that scene in here, and you can kind of drag it and center it if you want to. So that's one thing that you can do. The next one here, I'm going to click on this image here, which is about the ketogenic diet, and I'm going to hit the trash can because it says welcome to the video today. So I'm going to click on replace and go into the stock library, and then we just type in a keyword here. So I could just type in the keyword welcome and hit enter and see what comes up. Now sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you don't. You've got images, videos and free, because we want free ones. We don't want to have to pay for these. And if we find something that we like, we can just click on it. So let me just click on this one here, replace, and that's replaced that. So now we've got that. And you can go through. If you can't find an image in the library, then you'll want to find them from other places. You can go to Pixabay, Pexels, Unsplash, Canva and find images. And then if you find an image from a third party, then what you would do is you'd hit on replace, you would hit on upload, you would drag and drop the image in here like you can see I've done with images in the past. And then when the image is uploaded, you just click on replace. So for example, this one here, if I hit replace, that image would come in here. So that doesn't actually make sense for this particular piece of text. So I'm going to go through now and add my background images. So I've got all of my images added now, apart from this particular slide here. And sometimes you just can't think of something that would make sense, or you can't find something that you like. So in that case, I'll click on the image and delete it. And then I will just change the background color to something that matches my theme or my branding. So let's just choose this random deep red for now. And then we'll just bring this across here, and we can kind of center this or maybe make it a little bit better. So I think it's fine to have something like this from time to time, but you don't want all of your video just to be a blank screen with a solid color. And it's also okay to have the same image a couple of times, like from slide to slide, but I would never go past 3 slides with the same image. So now we've done that, we need to sync our audio. Now you can see here, if we look at the audio, let's just press play and listen. Intermittent fasting and keto. So we can see the little gap where I kind of pause between sentences. So obviously I don't want this slide to continue into the next bit of audio. So what you want to do is you want to click in this grey area here. Don't click in the text box, click in the grey area so it becomes blue, and then just drag this here. Now let's play again from the start. Intermittent fasting and keto. Welcome to the video today. Now again, similar kind of deal. You can see that I've started speaking, but the slide hasn't changed. So we just kind of come through. Now it's fairly simple when it's slide to slide or scene to scene. But in this particular case, we've got this and then we've got this. So let's see how we can do that. So let's press play somewhere here. You've probably heard of the keto diet and intermittent fasting. So it's around here, just, you know, this little line here just after 8. So I'm going to click on this second bit of text and drag that across, and let's see if that does the job. We'll come back and we'll hit play. Diet and intermittent fasting. If you want it. Not quite, I've got to bring it back a bit more. So let's do that again. Heard of the keto diet and intermittent fasting. If you're wanting to show. We're getting there. It's a little bit fiddly. We'll just do it once more. Let's try that. intermittent fasting if you're wanting. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. And then I can just go through and make that like that. And you just go through and do it for every scene. This is a little bit fiddly. It's not hard, but it can take a little bit of time, especially if you're a perfectionist and you've got a very long video. But again, I'm going to pause the video and go ahead and do that now. Okay, so once you've gone through and you've synchronized your audio to your slides, I recommend that you play the video through once just to double check everything. And when you're happy, you can click on publish and then click on video, and it will take you to this page. Now it should be at a 1080p resolution by default. If not, make sure it is, because you want a high definition video. It should also be MP4 and optimized by default. And then you just click on the render button, and it's just now a case of waiting for the video to be rendered. It can be quite quick, it can take a little bit of time. Again, that does depend on the length of your video and also the quality of your connection. So I'll pause the video in a sec, but when it's done, we'll be able to download this to our computer. And then if we're going to use this video on YouTube, we're also going to need to create a thumbnail. So we're going to do that as well. So let me just pause and get this video ready. Actually, while the video is being rendered, we're going to create our thumbnail, save time. So I personally love Canva. I have a Canva Pro account. It's one of the best investments that I've made online ever. It's brilliant, and it does so many things. You don't have to be a designer. So what we will do is we're going to click in this box, and we can just type in the word thumbnail, and we can click on YouTube thumbnail. And then we get a bunch of these templates. Now I'm in Japan, so I've got a lot of Japanese style templates, but you can basically go through and pick something that you like. Or over here on the left hand side, if we click on view more, you could get a bunch of these things as well. So I could click on food, for example, and see if I like any of these particular templates, or you can create one from scratch. So you want to choose something that has similar coloring to your branding. And these are just, really, really useful templates to play around with. So this one might be okay. So I can click on this one. And if it's not, we'll choose something different. Now you can see as you start hovering over things, there are sections of this that become editable. So I'm going to click on this tips for and get rid of it. I'm going to bring this into the center. It's just drag and drop. Then I'm going to delete that text and type in intermittent fasting. Now intermittent fasting is a bit of a long word, so I'm going to have to bring this across, and then I'm going to try to center it. So let's highlight this and just center it. We'll drag it a little bit over here, but now we're going to have to make this a little bit smaller. So let's just click down until it gets smaller. Then we can kind of bring that up here. Then I can hit enter, type in and, enter again, and keto. That's what it is. So whatever wording you want to put on here, you can do that. If you don't like the coloring, you can click on the color, then click on the background color and change it. So maybe we prefer a yellower, or click on this plus and just play around with it here. You can see it changes as you do it, so it's nice and simple. If you don't like this, you could click on this and you could delete it. If you delete it and think, whoops, I actually liked it, you can just click on this back arrow, undo arrow, and it brings it back. Now something really cool is the elements section. If we click on elements and we just type in, for example, diet and hit enter and click on graphics, we get these really, really cool graphics that we can use. So I could click on one of these, it brings it onto my thumbnail, drag it where I want it, make it a little bit smaller. I could, bring this down here, maybe get rid of this bit here. Let's just delete that. And that's really cool. So let me just make sure that this makes sense there. We've got that. If you want to change the font or the text, you can highlight it, and they've got tons and tons of fonts you can choose from. Or you can click on effects, which is pretty cool, and see what it looks like. So click on shadow, it changes. Click back here, click on hollow, and just play around and see what you like. So let's go with that. We'll go on that one. If you want to change a photo, you can click on this and you can look at photos and you can switch them out. It's entirely up to you. It's very easy to play around with. And when you're happy, give it just a name. So we'll delete that. I'll put IF and keto. Then you can click on share, not copy link. Whoops. Let's click on share again. Download. and then you can just download it as it is. And if you're going to use this on an actual article, I would download it as a JPEG file. So what I would do is I'd click JPEG and then make it small. But for a YouTube thumbnail, just leave it as is, click download, and then it should start to download to your computer automatically. There you go, it's downloaded there. And if we go over to Wave, we can see that our video is ready. So if we want to, we can share it to any of these places if we've already connected our accounts. Or what I prefer to do is download the file, click on that button. I've now got the video downloaded that I can name. I've got my thumbnail and it's ready to upload to YouTube. So if you've bought any PLR, take the article, change it into a script. You can use Quillbot or you can do it manually. It's entirely up to you. You can use Wave to create the video, Audacity for the audio, and then if you want to create a thumbnail, you can use Canva and you'll be good to go. And that way, if you've got an article pack with say 10 articles, you can now have 10 videos, and whether you want to just put them on YouTube, Vimeo, somewhere else, or just embed them on your blog, it's entirely up to you. Now, if you get our video content PLR packs and you click on the download all file, we provide you with scripts. We provide you with a professional voiceover file for each video as well. So all you'll need to do is take that and create your own video, but we've even gone one better and we've created a video for you if you'd like to use our videos. So you can use our videos as they are. You can take the scripts and create your own video. You can take the audio and change the background images to whatever you want. It's really up to you. You've got a lot of flexibility, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea on how you can take an article and turn it into a video. Thanks for watching. Any questions, let me know. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you in another video soon. Take care.